We've gone Plaid speed.
Elon Musk delivers the quickest production car ever made, defeating supercars like the Bugatti Chiron and the 0 to 60 world record holder, the Dodge Demon. This seems completely ridiculous. The Plaid Model S has a 0 to 60 time of less than 2 seconds. Technically, it's not even a sports car. No, it's not the Roadster. This is a 4-door luxury sedan that seats 5. In my opinion, this could be the best car ever built.
Now hold on a sec. If Tesla is making the best car ever, then how come the stock price is down? Is the market stupid?
Well, I think that the experts that are hating on this presentation were expecting something else. And frankly, I don't think that they understand or believe in what they were seeing. We will discuss this in great detail. But first, for this channel to be monetized, I still need about 134 more subscribers. So if you like this content, please subscribe, hit the bell, and ring that like button.
You can spend your money and keep it too.
It seems like every time Tesla has an event, the following day the stock goes down. It's like a tradition at this point. In the past, it was because the information given just went over the heads of all the experts, as was the case for Battery Day and Autonomy Day. But this time, I think it's something else. I think that Tesla has just failed to meet everybody's great expectations. We have all been talking among ourselves about the Plaid Model S event for so long, I think we've talked ourselves into expecting things that were frankly never promised. So many of us have been looking forward to and expecting to hear about more information about the Cybertruck, the $25,000 car, full self-driving, and the 4680 battery technology. Hey, I'm just as guilty as everybody else. Just because Tesla canceled their Plaid Model S Plus, I half expected to see the Roadster with the SpaceX package roll out on the stage. As it turns out, all that was talked about at the Model S Plaid event was the Model S Plaid. A lot of viewers walked away disappointed, even the ones that actually liked what they saw at the event. The specs and the price on this incredibly amazing car is so difficult to believe that it's pretty easy for the mainstream media to completely disregard it as hype, at least for now. So let's get to the event. Elon Musk kicked off the event by driving the Plaid Model S up on the stage himself. Quite frankly, I was actually a little nervous for a minute that he was going to crash when he went around that turn. I have more than a few friends and subscribers that don't understand why making a super fast and expensive car is important to the future of Tesla. Most people cannot afford a car that costs more than $100,000. Tesla will never sell enough of these cars to move the needle. So why does it even matter to the company?
You know, why make this really fast car that's crazy fast and everything? And I think there is something that's quite important to the future of sustainable energy, which is we got to show that an electric car is the best car. Hands down. Sustainable energy cars can be the fastest cars, can be the safest cars, can be the most kick-ass cars in every way. And that's why we did the Plaid.
Elon Musk has said that in able to transition the world to sustainable energy, people are going to have to want to buy electric cars. So electric cars have to be the best cars. Tesla does not have a public relations department, and they do not advertise in the traditional sense. I mean, this is the way that Tesla advertises. They just make amazing products that people want to talk about. It's a $600 billion company that depends on word of mouth to promote its business.
Yeah, so a quickest production car, to be clear, of any kind ever made, like I said, first to ever break the 2-second barrier. Like, this is really something you have to feel to believe. Because it hits you right in the limbic system. It's like, damn, like, whoa. It's also the fastest production car to complete a quarter mile, so 9.23 seconds. It's got a 200 mile an hour top speed, over 1,000 horsepower, almost 400 mile range. Like I said, charges so fast, it'll be probably done by the time you have a coffee, basically.
And on top of all of that, when you make an extremely high performance car that's also extremely efficient, that technology funnels its way back down into all your vehicles. This is why every single large auto company makes race cars for events like the Indianapolis 500 and such. When Toyota created this car to compete in a 500-mile race, they learned a lot about performance and efficiency, and were able to improve the fuel economy of their Toyota Corolla and the Prius.
And this is a four-door car, seats 5 adults. I mean, this is like what I call like limit of physics engineering. It's not relative engineering. It's like, what does physics say we could do? Because physics is the law and everything else is a recommendation.
Elon Musk designs everything from a first principles strategy. He throws everything that's not useful out and just starts over. Traditional OEMs stand on the shoulders of what had been done before. They have 100 years of production that they build upon. Quite frankly, much of it is archaic. When Tesla designs something, there are no production standards to follow. Everything can be thrown out, replaced, or improved. A Tesla design is truly a 2021 design.
We have an all-new battery pack.
That's all I have to say about that.
There was no mention of the 4680 battery at all. They just skipped right past that. And quite frankly, this is the biggest reason why the stock is down today. I might be the only one that's excited that there is not a 4680 battery in the Plaid Model S, because I did not think it was possible to get this kind of performance with the same batteries that are in a Model 3. And if this is true, what kind of performance is this car going to be able to do once they put 4680's in it? I mean, it's already the quickest car in the world, and it's a 2-ton 4-door sedan, which means that this is quicker than this, and this, and this, and this too, and everything else. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. The Plaid Model S is about 170 pounds lighter than the previous version. How did they pack so much performance in the car and lose weight? I mean, how did they do it? Were they really able to save all that weight by redesigning the motors? Or are there actually 4680's in this car? And if so, why not mention it? I just can't wait till Sandy Munro gets a hold of one of these cars and tears open the battery pack, because I want to know if there are 4680's in this turkey. Because if there truly are no 4680's in this vehicle, then the engineering on the Model S Plaid is a next level feat of brilliance. Because if this is truly possible just because of Tesla's newly designed motors, nobody could catch up. It's it, forget it. Because there's no amount of tearing apart a motor which could allow you to figure out the machine that made the machine. And on top of that, there's going to be 4680 batteries inside this Plaid Model S. Eventually you will be able to get the 500-mile range. It's all coming. It's all good. Just chill out, people. Stop worrying so much. And by the way, I am also really glad that Tesla canceled the Plaid Model S Plus, because I think you should just upgrade to the Plaid. You shouldn't have to choose between the Plaid and the Plaid Plus. I mean, come on. Please do not make somebody spending over $100,000 on a vehicle have to choose between the best Plaid or the second to best Plaid. The Plaid should just be the best Model S, period. You could always add on an extra range option later if you want. And for those people that want that completely ridiculous impossible speed, they don't really want the Plaid Plus anyway. They want the Roadster.
Something we're really proud of is the new carbon-sleeved rotors for the motor.
To me, this next section on Tesla's Plaid powertrain is the biggest deal from the whole event. I was watching this and I'm like, oh yeah, Teslas were designed by rocket scientists.
So this is the first time that to the best of our knowledge, there's been a production electric motor that has a carbon overwrapped rotor. This is a super hard thing to do because carbon and copper have very different rates of thermal expansion. So in order to do a carbon overwrapped rotor, you've got to wind it at extremely high tension.
Oh boy, I hope General Motors is taking notes.
It's a very hard thing to do. We actually had to design the machine that makes the rotor. So no such machine existed before.
Wait, what? This magical rotor machine only exists at Tesla? Ah, Elon, that's not fair.
It also means we can have the electromagnetic field be super efficient and have a tight gap even at super high RPM. And it's single speed from 0 to 200 miles an hour. RPM is so crazy that just the centrifugal force wants to expand the rotor. So the carbon overlap actually holds the rotor, basically holds the rotor together. It's like madness. We're going to show you the motor. In fact, you might have had a chance to see the drive unit. I mean, this is really an amazing work of engineering.
So this is the thing that should be scaring the bejesus out of every auto company.
There's just never been an electric motor like this. I mean, you could pick this motor up with your hands, and it can accelerate a 2-ton car to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds. I mean, that kind of power to weight is insane.
Okay, the motors on the last Model S only weighed about 70 pounds each. The cars somehow dumped 175 pounds. So are these motors actually really about 45 pounds each? How does this motor not rip itself apart?
It goes up to 20,000 RPM and maybe a little more. We also were able to achieve the lowest drag coefficient of any car ever made.
Hey, you know, I am really starting to feel sorry for all the other auto companies because the only real advantage that they have is all the friends they have at CNBC and everywhere else in the mainstream media.
Tesla engineering has outdone itself here. This is a car that looks good, but also gets an incredible drag coefficient. And this is the true drag coefficient of the car, including with wheels in motion. Sometimes you'll hear drag coefficients quoted, but that'll be without the wheels moving. And the wheels cause sort of air churn and incremental drag. And this is the actual drag coefficient of the car. So it's to have a good-looking sports car, have that lower drag coefficient is really tough. I think we got to take this back to maybe the Nürburgring. See what happens. When we first delivered the Model S, there were no superchargers anywhere in the world. So back in 2012, no superchargers anywhere. Now there are 25,000 superchargers all around the world. So, we opened 30 just in the last week. And we're just going to keep going so that you can basically travel anywhere you want with peace of mind, super easy. And we've also improved the supercharging speed, so you can get 187 miles of range in 15 minutes. Keep increasing the power of the superchargers. We're 250 kilowatts. Obviously, that we'll start going to 280, 300, 350. Yeah. And then it's also engineered for maximum safety as well. It still has to be tested by the US government, but we think we can get the lowest probability of injury of any car ever tested. These are the actual NHTSA probability of injuries numbers. All top 5 cars with the lowest probability of injuries ever tested, all 5 are Teslas. With the Plaid Model S, what you have is a car that is faster quicker than any sports car, faster than any Porsche, safer than any Volvo, in the same car. And we've obviously made a lot of refinements to the exterior, and then we've completely redone the interior. So I think once you drive the new Model S, it really feels like you're driving the future. Especially like non-Tesla cars are going to feel very last century. We have this yoke steering wheel, which is a little different, but I think once you try it, you'll think it's great. And then we've gotten rid of the stalks. I think generally all input is error. So we want, if you have to do something that the car could have done already, that should be taken care of. The software should just do it. So you can actually just literally walk up to the car, it senses that you're approaching, unlocks the car based on your phone. It just basically pairs with your phone, knows that you're coming to the car, opens the door, extends the handle, you sit down, and you just drive. You don't have to press the drive or anything like that. The car knows you want to drive. It figures like, yeah, good guess, So, and And then it's using the autopilot system to know where the obstacles are. So obviously, if there's something in front of you, you want to go backwards, and if there's something in back of you, you want to go front, most likely. And then it will adapt to your to your needs. So if it sees that you're always doing this, you're changing to reverse or forward in particular situations, it'll try to remember that and geocode it to that location. So then you won't have to do it in the future. It will just keep minimizing the amount of input that you need to do until the car just reads your mind.
So this is another area where Tesla is just miles ahead of everybody. Nobody is going to be able to catch Tesla at AI, because when you're competing against Tesla, you're not just competing against Tesla. You're competing against SpaceX, Neuralink, OpenAI, and whatever Elon Musk thinks up next. Plus, you're also competing against Dojo, which is Tesla's supercomputer, which is designed to program supercomputers. In the future, every non-Tesla car is going to be known as a dumb car. As Tesla evolves from what it is now to becoming a fully functional robo-taxi, and then into a chauffeur, who is going to want a dumb car? Tesla has also totally redesigned the interior of the new Model S Plaid. The seats are much more comfortable and there's more room in the back, and you now have 3 computer screens, 2 in the front and 1 in the back. The sound system is incredible and will give you a movie theater type experience. And it's designed by Tesla Audio, so it will be able to improve itself even more over time through over-the-air updates. You can watch Netflix, YouTube, and play video games at the level of a PlayStation 5 in the front and the back seats.
And then we've got an all-new UI. But obviously, it also interfaces with your calendar. If you just get in the car and you just sort of swipe down from Navigate, you don't have to enter anything. Just swipe down. The car will automatically figure out if you want to go to home, work, or what's on your calendar. So it'll default to calendar priority. And obviously, if you're at home and it's kind of a weekday or whatever, it assumes you're going to go to work. So you just swipe down, it automatically navigates to work, and checks traffic and gives you an optimal route. So it's just like a nice little easy thing. And you can actually set it to automatically generate the most probable route. So you just get in, and it's going to guess what route you want, and you don't have to press anything. All right, so we got incredible performance, interior of the future. I think engineering that's practically alien. So, like I said, simultaneously the safest car in the world and the fastest. This is insane. So, we also got look at some things like the power curve. So, I think this really illustrates the difference. It maintains 1,000 horsepower all the way up to 200 miles an hour.
What? This is the first power curve I ever saw that was a straight line. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's one gear that can continuously hold 1,000 horsepower's worth of power all the way up to 200 miles per hour, where it's software limited. Who knows what it would do if the software didn't stop it? Oh man, this is not a car, it's a rocket. So how do I sum up Tesla's Model S delivery day? 2 words: buying opportunity. Yep, anywhere near $600, Tesla's a screaming buy to me. But don't listen to me, I'm not a professional money manager. You have to do your own due diligence and your own homework. It's your money.
All right, and deliveries begin now. So we're in production. We're going to deliver the first 25 cars now, and several hundred cars per week soon, and 1,000 cars a week probably next quarter.
So I have been using Webull to buy cryptocurrencies. And even though crypto is less than 1% of my portfolio, I really like using this app and I recommend it. So if you would like to try it out and would like to get 2 free stocks, please use my referral code, which is down there in the description. The only thing I do not like about Webull, or Robinhood for that matter, is they do not let you buy fractional shares. However, M1 Finance takes care of this problem. M1 Finance is an investment platform that is fully automatable and very easy to use. And not only can you buy fractional shares, M1 Finance also allows you to fund retirement accounts. And if you use my referral code in the links below, then we will both get $30 with your initial $100 deposit. And if you would like to get a t-shirt like this from Tesla.com, then please use my referral links down below. Depending on what you buy, you could get anything from 1,000 miles of free supercharging to a chance to win a Roadster. I personally answer every question. So type away anything you want down there and I'll get back to you. And until I see you again, remember, you do not have to make a lot of money at your job to become rich, because when your money is making money, you can spend your money and keep it too.
Don't buy or sell a stock just because a YouTuber like JC says so. He's got opinions. These decisions are important. It's your money. These decisions should be made by you.